a Constitutional Amendment Committee to be chaired by the chairman of the party's Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, Frank Davis Esquire. The Constitutional Amendment Committee is composed as follows. 1. Frank Davis, chairman, lawyer Frank Davis. Honorable Patricia Appiaje, deputy minority leader, and also a member. Kojo Oponkroma Esquire, and also member. Dr. Antoinette Tibudako, and Mr. McAfee Wanya. Okay, may Honorable Ebenezer Nate, so former MP, Honorable Ebenezer Nate, so a part of this committee. Okay, Honorable Diana Asunaba Dapa, former Deputy Attorney General, Idris Muhayi Dean, so Idi Muhayi Dean, secretary to the committee, and Dr. Ekuya Amwakon, and so a member of the committee. So committee, 9 members, and on the first said, the terms and reference of the amendment committee shall include assisting the general secretary to undertake the following. 1. To identify provisions of the party's constitution that require amendment in order to give effect to the recommendations of the Mike Okwe Election Review Committee. So first one, I'll say, committee, 9-member committee, they should help the general secretary to identify provisions in the constitution. Ebe here amendment. Asante Pastor General, ebe here amendment of the constitution. 2, to work on the recommendations of the 2021 Constitutional Review Committee chaired by Honorable Alexander Afenyumakin. So 2021, Kumas Heroes Park, party no for me a committee, committee conference me Kobe. And the Alexander Afenyumakin etuano so omu make provisions for constitutional amendment. Nti eno so so omunkofa na omunhwem. 3, to receive proposals for constitutional amendments from party members and identifiable bodies. Almost beji all proposals in party any identifiable bodies in Chamba. D, to categorize the proposals under various articles and clauses for case of reference. In general, so we are kama no aba. C, D, no, or say to make appropriate recommendations to guide the debates at the National Annual Delegate Conference. Nti omuya no ma fashion na akwan be fa so a ebe debate report no na odiaba say the party shall hold an extraordinary National Annual Delegate Conference in the month of July to consider the report of the Constitutional Amendment Committee, which shall be tabled before the conference in the form of amendment motion for approval or otherwise. Or say, in a related development, the National Council have taken serious view of some distasteful comments against some prospective flag bearer aspirants by some party executives, leading members, and has resolved to caution all executives, leading members, and communicators at all levels to desist from making public endorsement of any prospective flag bearer aspirant or making derogatory comment against any prospective flag bearer aspirant. This directive remains in force until the party opens nomination for the conduct of presidential primaries, and any party executive, leading member, or communicator who flouts same shall be sanctioned in accordance with the party's constitution and the National Council's Code of Conduct for the presidential primaries issued on July 27, 2021. The cooperation of all party members and stakeholders is highly anticipated. Signed, Justin Kodria Frimpong, General Secretary. Ode Abba. So the last part of the statement, and say, party say, if you neko party executives, leading members, and the communicators at all levels, ubia openly enye campaign enfa mobia, and ubia son ko kansem enfa ubia ho a egu obi ho fi ana egu obi ani mase wa be say bia no party ni so the constitution and the code of conduct o issue no 2021 no or the ebetwi sa nipa no aso na eho no and na me interested. Say party no, you see, say party no akane sa no. They should make sure say omudi be adwuma. Party no akane sa no. They should make sure say omudi be adwuma. Na enquire say ombe pick and choose. That's a statement from the party.
Party penning for ayadie. The chat to hono ena ihia me pa say omo issue directive say ma obia oye party executives from polling station to national level. Oye leading member of the party. Oye communicator for the party. Enkoye campaign some support we ni me kika we some we aye say we sa ne no omun sizi na directives no mo de aba akase omo be enforce ene na ye bom pa se be ye adwuma na we trust national executives ni say this time round no omo emfa ne mani agro minimi say enura omu hia no ensem bi akoso eno na ka ho bi nti ena ama ebia omugina so cry issue this statement no nti mese se omo emma samra no nya adwuma cause party a esi ni hihye kwan so a enipa bi nso ayo mo se oni odwa yakọ ada hayi no uye no omo wi no beda oje bia befie ye bobo na bi nso efitim eno no emwa party no nkanko nti ye bompa ye say
all right godo Martin
ya do aminu mo fa nchem na menya visa bi wase ho no mutie mo fa nchem kakra
okay yeah enti statement apart ni dia bani
ai
Jesse
menko
ako
okay enti Kwaku ye bebo party penifo na abaso adwuma na omo aye no Kwaku enafom oma travel the length and breadth of the country akutiti sema manipa so akansem achero nyamencha de Kwaku minumi no yenya opportunity ehia party penifo ewo MPP headquarters ema asema ese de tudwa no yenim no ye de tudwa penifo chochoi enti aba na party penifo de aba bonte se omo emfa report no munsem ema bonte ya no pros and cons but I think say for the meantime I was a party for nyina e support wo say omo mfa report no as ema bonte na mu recommendations omo so omo mfa nya adwuma no omo de ye adwuma enra so hu say enra ohun say omo ekasa wie na committee omo ti committee say omo nkohwe constitution no ye say omo nko tweak de kakra na ye no hwe mo ma Kwaku ye ne very very critical because MPP for penny for omo a mo person mo di party ni nyina no wo hwe omo nya obi ape some small form of constitutional amendment
okay mame ko ahoma no so emra committee no a call etire ba etire eye all the engagement we try say actual report and all that no nipa o secretary to the committee Ura William Yamoa ono aso na party headquarters o director in charge of finance and administration o wa homa no so ye no eni enkomo kakra Ura Yamoa ma chen
ni o minia pampom to say
o nyankopon adom me ho ye pa na nso e
adum o daro
ni di kan mama iko
yeah
menim say
also ya mamo ayiko ni bi
yo yeso ye gimo so menim say yi mu tu kwan akọ meya fa na nyina nya de dafam mu ensema hodo ene imu attacks ni imu accusations and all that fire fam adwuma no mo sha ase sen na sen na mawie no
daro na that's na chia atifo ni na ebi obibia woni bebia ya fidi ekokodo daro ba kaise January 2nd 2025 National Council the committee na yede Professor Michael Kwe etwano the juma yemu no yene mu nyina zetfo na ye at every stage bia ye pese ye council bi ekire the man for anase o man mu nipa omo edo party no na mo ye party ba bia yene mo ahoma yiso amushi ene yene moko Nitia wa mu no. You decide through discussions at the committee level, say, you use one approach and for any jumano. The first and foremost, say, you armchair committee members. It's your baby na yako ni for any Ghana for party for a Gimpita Hoti. And then you one party a you must say, over to coin a cobe beer, miania beer, your brother. And so, a sumunti, any dear party no, and now we montino. Amana Kobase, ye, a buyabem, Tietimidi and Hojuma. We chino. Any far montasa or platform so. That's a Ghana for you party ma. Say, Obia yentini no enchiano. Yamano akwanya, so obetinya free. Obetinya send a message about WhatsApp. So obetinya send a email. Obetinya so about office. Na only ya bedin kita home. And also yet one part of it. If you and you can't say no. There were stakeholders, any groups ahodwa, almost so kabiru, and also the clones are free. If you actually know, and you sue a bear for council, a conduct quantitative survey, and also a year. And I can't, you board. And I declare a report. It's a Jumano, it's no question, not anything. Then so I had to say Joshua and Caleb more. Almost say and go for no almost so. Then so you bet me wrong. It is saying you're not density of piano. You boy in 3 minutes. I can't say quite be as near bay. Then I made them and the most more. Any more question. And then it means a submitted report. But the money is
Yo, and see, we report a mode Dre said the AI who TV so na committee be akojuma the report na ko sempene phone 7 e twa photo. Sa na mo ye no ana we die mo ko kan report no FB the sempene for any bibi the tro mo ye ne sen.
The chairman, the board offer.
Okay.
Reports now. So, a detailed. It's your board offer. I will never can say something. Or ye and now demand national council, and I handing it over to the Mao. The Akana, a national council, a Juma. The constitution the man acquires on na one should na the napos as I say or ma the sena subject and no you saw the fasa and maquanos now or the aye na the woman and the boy as a partner in the Juma.
And draw you movie ya pe partner to constitutional Review Commission. Could it be say mo call around near ma do na mo file na ejina constitution amendment sunti ana?
The party for Ekasai, it's rare near maybe any so. Until near my or count one some and the IR report na meaning wisdom of the national and the party. So, near the party for an association. So, on between I had the amount the fees are quite more fashion, a quite back on it. I could say it is in order.
Okay. Yeah, so be but at the back a bar up. You say, you say, ya bomb pa. You recommendations are National Council, the ma, but terms of reference are National Council, the mamo. but ya tiru mo bebre yasio emu omo ade omo ko nyina nipa ba ko bintia enti omo ya na omo de agu nipa ba ko ani mu ase ena de emu awie mu adwuma mo de report ne ko menya wi ma mimi sa asem no ehwan na mpese mugu nani mu ase wo report yi
na report do na chi essay 2024 election review report submitted to National Council. And on maybe a good report nachi. Adefophobia data that they submitted a month and a year. And yet committee no extreme you know this is a Professor Makope a chair committee or international pedigree. Why MP da, why cabinet minister da, why
Speaker of Parliament.
And so that. Then you have Emerita Professor Bintiamwa Bedu. Emerita University of Ghana. Nti baby a nyamiadom wapaja no akodu no a obepese obetena na nimonyam na yabonidin e de akasam no na oso okwakoje pa ayete pa den a private fu anasa pa den then another professor from UCC and you're just so profile professor or you're active in service or you're young now opportunities be within now see what the ethical considerations at change now one will be other one pa oti and custom. Now, another professor from Kenya University, former dean of the social sciences, I want that pedigree. And also say, my mama hoping, meaning, mommy pa, na me will be any more. Then, Dr. Yamwa, cardiologist, and a researcher, and a research practice now. Or you know Germany, and yet Ghana, and yet Togo. So it means South German and also foreign countries now. We are the message a tip to make a crab bank of pet. Now a young fisherman, me who say, "O share that nasa adwin be tied chira o program." Or also, if you should be near Bonnie Park, Amana yes no. Or no now see mini Monsumame, our bra me Juma 1 year. One line. No so. Then there were honorable member of parliament, Honorable Abanga. Also be. Your former member of parliament for term, deputy regional minister, whip, a year your honorable Virginia Kusi. Onosho, Ewaso, Onosho, so Montana. Wamenko will be home. Your ambassador, don't say, former BNI director. And also said, if I see me going when you are here, and I go back to South Africa, your FF Anto. Or no yet 3-time NPP, Ashanti Regional Chairman. Now, also a year second vice, I think the second vice so national chairman. Not to say you the president going one matter a year bring It's me back, one pa, and I'm a demon about the group with me. Then your one lawyer, H is in a city, or not to say, of a show good in one month. Then you pursue and Juma will committee in the swamp. And ye pa. Omubema omuhu kwan na omabeka say number of years in service research ahodo a omaye oma present what international platforms so in the academia agibia obeka bia no is subject to verification and validation. A board ne panel and a better stadium. I don't think say ever, and it will never happen. Say, Obia or what this field. A bit jano. I can say, your financial you soon be this obey. It is in case you say, Obia or Casano. Ebia in Nabrabo Mono. Why, yes, I did that. It will fit a son of Bitia dear. Even me, William Yamwa, I mean, a professor, I mean, Drew Hon.
I see. All right. Yeah, that's it for the assurance. And finally, now, Bija Kwamo Akono. Another important issue has to do with leakage because yeah, Endro National Council in Shemunechi, General Secretary can say reports no on publish it. So what it means is say and say a barbonting. Now we are also told say reports in the back and more printed the command National Council and the reports no elikia. Na either nipa the report na man na elikia na mo amko report no adwuma and na ma report no ababonting. Catch saying about the issue of leakages. Assurance not saying.
Well, the Omo report amount. Yan say will be down for beyond to her. Yes, the instruction of the Maya, yes, and what some of the minimum Hoshe instruction how I am and family. If you are a calamity, and maybe chairman should be. So, who know a man said that's what they are. Let the be a call. Now, okay, that is, but yeah, the fire.
Okay. Here I am. You better was saying no pay any brea when you didn't come on. Minimum some will be hold but oh make a cry. You better turn from our best still nefi. You know what to us so a didn't come on. See that's a pa.
Yes, so yeah, that must some boy my much. I got them man.
I got them or edge so that's a say or no so jo so nti ye da munyina ase.
I'm saying.
Mate. Enti abusia yera William Yamoa director finance and administration NPP headquarters. Professor Okwe committee no na ono any secretary na oda committee na no a wo trere edi ama wo mo ena no pe ndedi nko da sebre.
Daru.
Enti
eda nase. Na ye edi twa to okura no. Eno ndi ba bia me hia me.
Okay.
Leakage. Ye ana enwanwane say party mpanimfo titire kuku damfo obi ahwe mani masua bibia from ho bekọ akoye nhyiamu bi we di ye kokko mu asem ne akoka na afi eda bonten eda pampan so na ye boni donkumi basa na alavre ho sempa nti we die ono se de wo kire wo me de committee na adwuma de mo se mo nkoye hwehwemu na mo meka nkire ye mo fa report no mere wo se mo report no mo wie no man printi bi amfa na omedi akoma empanimfo yebesre se empanimfo nso omedi be hye ombo akata so na eho empai ema adini bi ema bonten eba sa adwuma mkoye nyina ni ka party ni boy nyina na ye kahunu na aye breguo na ye adwuma yehunu ti yebesre se woni ye report na ma wo no mo no yesre wo mo awe nya namfo nsem ensem twerefo ye de mo namfo nsem twerefo ene on be da mo anu mo dia busebusa mo question na mo piepia na mo tete ho nkakra e be sere mo recommendations na mo de be adwuma be bo party no nkan ko ne ye hwehwe report mo man nka mo ho na party no nka mo no ntumi enye adwuma na 2028 no mo tumi aba back with the united front say be ya kunimdi be ba ne hia YCC
well Kwaku woni William Yamwa akasa ama committee members no ubia pedigree wakeka wosoro enti omavi omadwuma ababedu committee no so holomo yenhwe na committee members no so enye omadwuma kama constitution no ho asemo de eya political party bebre no eto de bia yekase constitutional amendment most often than not eya no asa kwakoye internal politics Moses we na push for this and we mu etia meaning say that's what make am there it be expansion we expansion we say nyamencha de virtually will be as support expansion enti ebebo committee no kra say ensa ankonkoye internal party politicking say group way and they say omope against the other group into no where do we go, how should our recommendations be when I mention the no virtually will be as open but as to how our expansion in bebano you know ni assembly I will say now Honorable Wilkinson I want the proposal we have to expand it the Rose Kwaku was similar proposal but yeah, me say o mu kwa de no eye pe ese na so ba ko de be ma number na koso chen ba na do be boa
yes
yeah me say me na me nwe sa ye no ho da but do to say those kwa ke no say feasible ebi mo so ka say ye ma all card bearer members ento aba e bia ye no bia e bia enyanru
sure say be ye no
e bia no enyanru ho no mo eto mo nhwe de o betimi aya o mo nsa betimi atoso etiba control a control bibia kama enti me wogidie wo mumu however ye best party mpanifo so that we kan ye no ewiase obonsan kwa wadamfo
nje
ade no report no wo ho eden ya wodi pa bi ho ye besre wa e wo ho no fa se osumi ase yi
pa we die
aku ense ya me ense ti he ye kasi ye kan se ma yesu ya tete ye nimu a enka ense besi Ghana enka be ye din ba o etinya asem bia na wate ya asem bia na wo hu a obesi epeso bia wo kan party penifo so
ya na di leakage ni ba no this internal contest na
and America
no na di leakage ni
eti obi be ye na dwe say wo pese o
ka be in favor ni nu
ebia ka say ebia campaign no na be fa say o campaign no omokwa ya no motete soro dodo enti no wono kwa bese da anangoma wo de ye wono dem ye grassroots person man ka say report kwa se campaign no motete ka mu no mo ye ekọ na wa sheda de egu ani mase but enye no nkwa me party na lose o ebia no motete ka mu enye hwe na wo so de na wo so ye ya wo so de e ma party na lose ye eti we no obie ni hol mo betimi afa ne ho adi e wo lesi mu a MPP lose ye no from president to failed flag bearer contestants to flag bearer to chief of staff to running mate, national chairman, general secretary, organizer, women's organizer, to quality or to obia
polling station for you now.
To obia beyond woman guta of office no to obia because minimum say e become pa wonu abi. Wonya party officer. But na be wonu abi eye government appointee. Okọ da bia wo ba ne ka bi si kwan ho. Na what air condition mu da bia na hu ya ho jana go for bechia no what is an anko for ka ho asem say akoi na na chele mu say ahoma so be na aba no si utimi du no fu mani jai that's what they make us
to be our phone
sa de ne keke nko put my party lusu
na ngo bi nka say asuma si di wo twema na wa ro ni glasses
ya no kwati my party lusu
o ka say nuti ye beto ba menida se bread ye ayiwa na me ka ba convoy tintin na me ka say
yes
Ghana for Saturday ni ye omohino
yes
na anu ya me hu so bi atwa kwame agboja convoy aba say so
road minister yes me hu ye no
convoy na nkrofo kan wasem enti no enima nketenkete sa no otu abafo say bi eni sunsuanso
ba wo sunsuanso
e Ghana for nim ya hoya ade ba ko a me hu Ghana for pa won say sepa oto no no mpe ota no be hu na da se be no mboto wota
na ma me bi say asori awoko na minister be a wife mini ne wa oba kwese won ta ma asori e na ni kuna ba benya post to be da nyame ase na fere da bia oba etisi an front pew asori dem kunya e holo the front pew no ba kwa ma no tisi da bi holo ba oti esi bo ko o maya obi ase dan kotena holo mo o mo se an nipa ba akofo nipa ba akofo obi an o ma asori ni kun be minister and obeja asori dem kunya anima akente so now for 8 years and so they were calling they say o man penya resafo ni kuna di
na on continue
they say sometime is an enche mu abu akono for work out and this time na MC o friend honorable Simon Sefi nyame fa the currency friend mosquito o say ne yire MC die enipa ba ofie da bia ene ayinti ono so o fele se obekwa akototo aduane wa bontin no da binti ye bekwa kodidwa na bia nkrofo ahoho no basa no a na mo anu aduane wo fie no ne ade afedu oso ote ya na obi fidwem beka honorable na nsan o yire badwem be didwa dwumfo ma no e kasa afedi e hwenamu a aye rei efida benhwe na anu ya ne kruba MC hwenamu obadwam a oto if you need paddles, no paddles, and you calculate if you are I say, I don't know decide so and can say, boost to local economy, drunk to our one thing. It's a fair say, a drum for man or Tom near Manuel. You could be a Namwa, I feel to beg your more auto, no to say, no, you see, no some can was a man, no cobon, Yaman, yes, say, Namwa, no, say, I could do Jago for the answer, Ubasuma, Amobia could be done. Yano so yeah, no swag. I just say, Nikrube MC, I will help you. Ghana for 1 year and a queen. Ain't you know, Obia, when man cutting me dear, parting penny for a year process, no. Na asumdia ba me de na me de a statement na wa say we ye party leading member we ye executive and I communicator enko campaign mo bia enko di obia so ehun atem enko ka sorry asemboni nti obia na me fro say ni aka ye enforcement se party ni timi enforce dia and the asumdei e beba party ni na mo so bi kan ne Adwas African are referring to disciplinary committee. Obi kabi dia na ndie partner yedin dia ebe hadwin. Ma yenko general secretary, ye ne general secretary say ne din komobat. Minim say ne media fo bebre obi abe engage no. Nti be try say yensa be kan no. Yensa kan but endra after or ye press conference kakra. And minority leader so ekasa nti asante. Ye ni kan fa general secretary dia no wi a na the minority leader dia no enso dia piano. Yenko hemra. Said we be so said the bedia no ayi na yi afrim okay yeah atom quickly no odie be I say etumba akala akala yi ne o ha adwin pa okay so
na retire international council this year and said and and yet from review committee. Reverend Professor say almost a party and I'm on to my year or 2024 elections. No me and no man and then committee need a more report every national council. I'm a national council, so a report to me. National council saw a report to me. You who said the constitution was a political party, it's a crack academic member. And she announced out to the almost so any part, say on the share constitution proposed as a work report. na omotu party ne la be a constitution necessary eba mi sakaya tima na we fa kunya we so asɛ yɛ party for sɛ yɛ kɔ radio so yɛ wɔ social media platforms so sɛ report no yɛnyɛ mbie yɛ kan nti obi a bakɔtena radio so na abɔnte a bɛka sɛ report ne sei ɛte sei no ɛnyɛ ne korɛ sɛ report no yɛnya nkan sɛ deɛ mɛka na one document ɛne mɔkɔ ɛne baabi a mmerɛ a yɛdi yɛnim no yɛyɛ sɛ party mpanyinfoɔ ɛka ne to dwa ɛma amanfoɔ yɛbɛka wasɛm and a recommendation as a deba man of Fosu, meaning as a bit one animal. Tia Bob Party for Biako. Say and share Casamino. Me and Casama, and it's never about party. Because you be in your anti said, ye Musiaba. Via say a man Kabuba party, and yes, a year in your call. The bill party is so now 3 years. The Boba Pro out of Ghana for they can then yes say elections of course so much be about memo na on 2 minutes system the see and for my primary see at 2 minutes say I didn't know it say that I won't talk and the year see won't say a party in Ghana for na you thank you to and I say as that man have return and a year toss be so your party no so ya share kwanya you bet party na more the membership drive so idea you have 200 more the embrace party ni share member regional party ni be no ya hwese constituencies and then your police station kwanya the membership registration you bet be akoso the na ishemu a course so or national council then the better we na mass na ya minority leaders so
General Secretary said, we are also urging upon government to do all they can to ensure the peace in Boko. The situation is getting out of hand, and we inherited a peaceful country. They must keep it peaceful. What is happening in Boko where security personnel don't feel safe is not the best for our country. Second, we are also concerned about the persecution and the harassment of political opponents, particularly our party members and former appointees. MPs are now being harassed by expressing their views on governance issues. We urge government to demonstrate tolerance. After all, when they were in opposition, they were at liberty to raise a number of issues. The recent event at the residence of Reverend Tim Fojo is so much to be desired. Very unfortunate. In any event, they would have used due process of law to invite him. And then the final point, government must focus on issues of governance, creating jobs, and helping better the lives of the people. We are still aware that a lot more are being dismissed from various state institutions that are even very independent and are limited liability companies and whose rely on government budget. They are very independent, who have recruited people for 18 months, 12 months, and they are just being sacked here and there. The government must take note of it. We are also concerned about an attempt by certain individuals in government to push for the removal of the Chief Justice. The judiciary should not be seen as part of the partisan political system in our country. All we need is to have an impartial judiciary to dispense justice. What is happening is unacceptable, and it's clear that the NDC government wants to infiltrate the judiciary and make it partisan. But my advice to all judges in the country, stand together. Let not somebody create an impression of one of you and think that by dislodging one of you, you will be the next. The next day, you will also be the next. So judges in the country must stand together. The judiciary must stand as one body and make a full statement to condemn this act. The Ghana Bar Association must also stand for the judiciary. Civil society organizations must stand for the judiciary. All these flimsy, pedestrian excuses, looking at what is out there, I mean, you wonder whether these are real, grounds for the removal of the Chief Justice. And, well, this is NDC for you. Some hardliners are still pushing for it. So I would plead with President Mahama. I see him as a statesman because this is his last and final term. So he's no more part of the mainstream politics. He should be looking at leaving a legacy. The hardliners in NDC should be kept on the fringes. They shouldn't be allowed into the center to disrupt the governance process because they would want to remove everybody, and that will not be good for our democracy. That's all we have to say. Thank you very much.
All right, so where Honorable Alexander Kwamina Afenyomakins, my knowledge, say. Okay, the Honorable Minority Leader, and I pay Yate or Nosonka, I say, and Bra or Kasawo in Shemo course, no, I say. In the party, no, Eddie, yes, some do to Jabia, Eddie Atuja, yes, Romo. But media, me see Obia almost sasso more Kinipa by Kumini and Saswan, partly Bedjo, a more bedjo, because Obia, no one to me and Trina Swan, won't me be, but no, a ya, a ye. Omo ye press conference omo mujije chino mo ntrans
omo TV ni mu kra ye tai
is that sebreso tobo
pao
the bude kana foforo
ya nwunran yin
omo ho nye fa na
da bi na so omo ho na nye fe wonu se enipa na omo ti ati ho no omo ni meme no e je se ye hu mu
ka kan se em TV ni so enye fe
so de enye fa na ye tan
da bi de bad bote so enye fe
okay ma TV ni so enye fe
obi wo obi hu obi diga se ne ho otan because we ho enye fe na ho fe no wo fo kwa
okay enti ye besere so mo ye press conference ya enipa na ti ho ne ye kasa ma ye na yatie mo am die gina kire no bebre no de ma so ye nwonwora
eti we wo hwe
na bi ko na bi ba
me no ya adwen
na bi ko na bi ba
ye na Justin Kodua General Secretary Minority Leader Honorable Afenyo Markin third vice ewo ho na na boachi na bi ebi afase dipa 9 na mo pese omo me kasa lo mo ntrase a table no mo peti ho no mo gye change na ma betinase omo the moment the movement also behind them no distraction
enwa ne
ka man for kra ni ehwe wa wo ko no sen
bibi munya botre mi ko ahoma so ni general eni ko ba press conference dey omo ya omo mu gye chiro mo ntrase because ntrase ebia na dwen ko so we eyi apila ye omo ntrase na omo nya se omo gina mo general Martin
we are there with Joseph
but na ho ye dey
yeah na God ne that's done pride obi we na afre komodo kasa tete mo sa
me yiri se general sa kankra nti na o ya makra mai ye da se
ye to mo fo na ya hwete be ya yakọ ni bi nfibio
ye da se pa we di wadaroma endra mo ye National Executive Committee meeting we na mo ye National Council meeting. Now before the meeting ye atete so agenda kese pe damo proso no se mo be receive Professor Okwe reports no na mahwe kwan be fa so a bode be ye adwuma woni ni nkomo edien na ese party ma ene Ghana for etie about Ndra National NEC meeting and National Council meeting.
There were medas na mafa kunya research atifo nyina ampa Ndra Professor Makwe on na bigger for no the review report every National Council na the report ne by no ye ma yura ma kukura kunya sɛ wɔmmɔ mu tɔfa ɛmfa ɛma National Council na ne nkyɛmu no wɔse adwuma a committee ne yɛɛ no sɛbi ɔmantena nkan ɔmokɔ 276 constituencies ne nyinaa afei so ɔmone party ma ehyiaeɛ ɔmone Tescom for ehyiaeɛ empo ɔmode central for ebihyiaeɛ ɔmone dwadifo ɔmone ahemfo ɔmone asɔfofoɔ ɔmone imamfoɔ ɔmone yenwia mokɔ mo the academia lecturers for teachers for doctors for ne just civil society organization dodo na no mo hyiaeɛ na ensɛm a ɔmo ka kyerɛ ɔmo no region biara report ɛwɔ hɔ na ɔmo ka ne nyinaa boma ɛno ɛnam da report a ɔmo de abrɛ na ɔmo asa yɛ executive summary ɛde aka ho na ɔmo kasa wieɛ ɛnam a ɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛ abato ɛkɔɛ no na nɔma mmiɛnsa ɛna egyina abato ɛkɔɛ a ne nti saa nɔma mmiɛnsa no nɔma baako mmienu bi a ɛngyina yie na sɛ ɛtɔɔkyema no ka ho edi kan yɛwɔ abɛn mu de aban anamontuo will definitely affect the party any elections yɛbɛkɔ ana party na internal issues nsɛm a ɛwɔ party nim so etimi affect abato no ana third one ɛyɛ campaign a yɛyɛ ne nyinaa count saa nɔma mmiɛnsa wei ɛho report nɔma yɛ nti bia aban nɔma ɛkɔ so party nɔma ɛkɔ so campaign nɔma ɛkɔ so ne nyinaa ka ho then wieyɛ ɛna yɛma yɛwura mena Japan former general secretary ɛda ɔmase na National Council ampa yɛsɔ report nim na adeɛ baako a ɔkan yɛ a ɛno metima ka mo video so ɛne sɛ ɔmokɔ Ghana fa na nyinaa no adeɛ baako no de biara nkɔfoɔ ka wasɛm ɛyɛ party no ɛkwan a yɛfa so yɛyi yɛ executives from polling station basi presidential primaries ɛkwan yɛfa so yɛ deɛ friend delegate system no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛha nkɔfoɔ paa nkɔfoɔ kyerɛ ɔmo adwene wɔ ho nti ɔmmenya party no yɛnsum na yɛnyɛ sakraeɛ ɛwɔ ɛkwan yɛfa so yɛyi mpanyinfoɔ wɔ party no tɔso bi ɔmo ka fa nsɛm bebree sɛ aban ne party no nkutahodie ɛkwan a yɛsi yɛfa so na yɛma party so ahoɔden ba soro campaign no kwan yɛfa so yɛsi yɛhyehyɛ nti saa no ma ɔmo nyaa kan no na Dawuro akohia sɛ ɛsɛ party no animanum ya no ne yɛnyia abadwako foforɔ a ɔmo ɛbɛhwɛ yɛ party no yɛ constitution no na nsakae bi a ɛsɛ ɛbɛmu no etimi aba na Dawuro yɛka party constitution ho asɛm a mmra asɛm dodo na ne yɛka ho asɛm nti penifo yɛtena ase no na ɛsɛ yɛ party no peni a wɔda yɛ mmra ho asɛm yɛ party ho asɛm constitution ho asɛm ɛyɛ lawyer Frank Davis ɔno na yɛsɛ wɔda saa abadwako ɛnko nipa nkono a yɛyi wɔn sɛ wɔn nhwɛ constitution amendment no wɔda no woyi ɔno firi hɔ a yɛ party asɛbi yɛnka ɛman hyɛ yɛma nsɛ sɛbi ɔman bi akyekyere a yɛde ɛman ɛna akyekyere nti committee no out of nipa 9 na ɔbɔ committee no emu 4 ɛyɛ man sɛ 9 ɛyɛ 4 9 no ɛyɛ man na peni wɔda ɔman no odi anim ɛyɛ Madam Patricia Pagye a ɔyɛ deputy minority leader sa represented parliament na Dr. Antoinette Tibodako deputy general secretary a ɔyɛ research also academia no wɔte normal say political administration ɔyɛ ade wɔ ho nso ka ho then former deputy attorney general Dana Osnaba Dapa lawyer ɔno nso so ɛka committee no ho and from the youth ranks so Dr. Pia Amwako, medical doctor, also a very intelligent young lady, also so a council by Mebuno so Modium. And so many a more committee so. Then we are moving from parliament so you were could do upon Kroma. Our lawyer, Manini, or Sire communicator, was a Jumon Baby, so don't ask you a Casa Wasem. So also so a Kahubi. Then party no sebi do pebi no for foresee a former MPs former executives and kai womo And to Honorable Benezanati, former MP wa Blakema Central, also representing a former executives, former MPs or Kahon. Then from the regional party, Ira voter regional chairman, Akafu Iwonya, also representing the regional party, and the secretary or side member Momo, also from the youth wing, lawyer named Idi Mohadin. Also, and secretary committee now mbɛhwɛ proposals a ira ma kokie mu de ba no any proposals a wo nyina ne nkɔfɔ de bɛbɛ nyina no ɔmbɛsom na ɔmahwɛ na amendment bi a yɛsɛ yɛ constitution bɛbɔ ma MPP party no etime di nkunim 2028 ɛne ne sai ma committee ba bɛyɛ dero national council ɛsa abɔkɔkɔ sɛ report yi one share no bɛte yɛsi we akɔyɛsi report ni si report na koka say na nipa ne betutu na basa betutu ne nan ene nsɛm enim krade e ba beka report no say bi copy bi ani ba bia eye ba kopɛ yempo committee members nipa level no mo trans yes adwuma no kra no mo kom ni report no obi enu a de report ni ma se kwetena fie kokan omo nyina bihia na yakoyi report na fi ba bia ba no omo abedraft no maka mo wi a masaja agya wato enti report bi ani ba bia na mum yesre party for ene sa men no be kwetena ase akoka se see ne koye see ne kosi ye ena report na ba no dero edoso pa na ye dinamia se Easter ya ba amanfo be wo fi nti afuna party mpeni for ye betena ase nya kan report ni nyina na meboa na yeko Easter ne ba if next week okọ party no agency se ya ba se okọ First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 8 now say adi nyina yan fa nhyira manyame enti party no be Ghana 16 regions ni nyina nya akoda Ghana fo ase adanyame ase se de bia the papa mbonim bio ya som ye ne impression ya giatum de anye ni ye bia no dero ya giatum a ye nya betra ase ye ni ye ye call rounds ni nyina ande report no de ye kama manfo che dero ye be kan wase yan fancy the essay recommendations yes they ba mo bia hu se ampa recommendations say near they ba so enya ade a ye BBC na so ye nya gitum se e amayo 7 ye there will say be fear some kwa ne nya ne kana bonteme bo
there be
you know sem bi ha e fa ampa kwa bi ha ye be from say report ne ba ye we see entwa emput obi na so akono kopa na choko kase ko ye ne be kan dem and they will be all cross on the intimate can was some crowd. Nemum, they be here and say resource a beba, name proposal a beba, the bay juma. Was said you could done in our contraband, and that means we less now conquer what the Uama opponent no ammunitions or Baba Cocotia. Didn't see idea, yeah, shedding and Tabia, no maybe motia. If you report to Mama Fanasa, no maybe was I will be sunny and man changing my necessary and fine juma. Nemum, and nam CM per se, no matter carbon, beside the problem, the brain division about party, maybe an internet young can was two beside me. Now me born the tougher. You are my pay report no the buy National Council assume. I tell the Kwa, Yababe of Juma.
All right, General, yeah, sending to my me 2 questions per now. Minim say a very new home. First one, the assurance say report no mode be Juma because Ibia can say Osaf ma party ni the Juma, Ebianka party na lusu 2024. Say party ni nyagidi say fully no obe implement all the recommendations.
There would the can say Sebi. And me they say offer man a prayer, but no Casa opposition general secretary. Sebi, your combine in ABC, ABC, you could say, Sebi will be no open wash. And me personally say, you best share my report now yet at net made them it. Meaning this crowd to any party may say opposition.
There be.
And they said you are crying to one of my assuming. They be able to stand once, no man, of course, dear near your phone. No, there be a yaya, in your did to me say no man could. Dr. Boami will say, I did near deal with and a yari. A word do me, Unuma, Benyanqua. So will be no bezubu. The other no Yankwa, a Ben Menyanqua. And to me, can say their report thereby in the past a year, but I can assure you 100% that for the interest of me, for the interest of the party, for the interest of me now, be a said go to party me be a if you refer to my personal report to you, I can assure you say in the 40 bay to
you finally to some of the thank you to and no o can say party no a president in the BD ni mama ko Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and a national chairman and I thank you to on the be take from Ben
national party no I I seen team down and I
okay
yeah campaign campaign no the down Kwaku na big no say Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Mamia okaho na big the running mate you are much poco pempe eka staff my man famous eka the intending for a council of elders 24 campaign team ejuma obia ye in account then you see Bamia or to for omoko elections in 24 or they Japan you Kwaku you are then more Japan omo nyina obia oni gina bia so e be to ni bi then look at the best at invitation and after the next require you are Japan when I say you are coming when I make the invite to first what they want to hear it will be or to them will be in the dance and invite no into China the car will be at the that's it's not even better because and to pay for beer see a friend beer in the casa beer local house beer you be for beer and quite say you quite campaign will be a project to be Kwaku part in the my near Magana for near party for and we say in the Pabaco, a party today, and say in your cabum, Nayada Ghana for us. Say, you, uncle, you be beer, see beer, that's the maname. In the maname, the Magana for Nagana for Musampa, they see beer and your chest, your jet to no more can no more see any union. They were better near Trent near ye, said Bay Chnebino. Oh, Ghana.
Okay. All right, General. I pay that sene ebre auni edin komona. Bibi ani a ebe senaba. All right, so MPP General Secretary Justin Kodia Frimpong ena anope ye nnedi enkoma ha yeguntumi radio 95.9 any movement television eso na shene soma me se aben peche promo no ekoso *256*4# *256*4# for number 2 ni yeguntumi radio movement TV Accra. Number 3, a number of tickets our bepeso betobako 5 Ghana cedis uchu 2 10 5 uchu 2 10 uchu 315 edi ekomo a ucha no na o chances so be win no na ekosoro godon da sebre
Daru
General Kasa
I think say the General Secretary of MPP Bekasa na wakasa no work calculated and the choice of ways no na baby a part na edru no enye afi na wo be issue of power ne sa ne manema no kama wo kan bibi fa thank you to na omoso mba be kolo
yeah
oso busa say na hwa na lead this ade no ma wo kan say national chairman is what dia on the leader of the party nti no we put the say hu here because he invite you bibi party no akon enkugu aba but I said that
metinase amon for invitation come obia
sa o anya sa de be say be ko ka say
say amon franco
I do amon franco sa to
say we no we
ya obetro this year ako
we we are Dr. Bawumia kasankasa as a person
yes
personally obeso no so kodan krofo ase well, as the leader, as a beer on Ujina for election, what do you say about Bawumia ye be on co-election be at Ghana? Not even Minisho so co school student. As a Ghana for crying a GD sao ni moa. I think say
me suspect say
had been say obeka say obeyon so beka kodan krofo ase
and but me suspect say knowing who Dr. Bawumia is and say the principal person no ebia with the team kro mpa no obepese party no ebeko hwe wa anye careful na okase wo ne de kwa ahead of se part ni beko a obetin se of beka nti no me no ya adwe so mo wiwe kwa no opeke once the while become baby that's ya yem say eye
all right openi ba kon oye police soldier ni pani pa wa pon adwuma enti we dey o say ojibi say say general secretary mo hwe no mo dey aka security person aka committee no because many ne ya adwin fully chere say last election no security fail MPP before
we constitution
okay we constitutional okay enya hwe awu di bi shemo enya hwe na see there are a lot of areas party no have to amend nipa no modern to committee na no or you be or very competent just personally I'm not happy with him Lawyer Frank Davis unim me penasem pa o sha say o kasa say ya na mani age because o aben but me personally me nya happy with him because of because of
the attitude
say my friend response snobbish
no yeah
rubbish I'm not happy but oyobia me penasem and I believe in his competence say obey a human's job na mo ye ne ye friend no a on to ne boase no ni nipa nkasa na nipa bia ye nipa na makasa o joint mu nkogi tape no ye nipa nkasa sa
ya atem didie ko
makasa o joint mu nkogi tape
ya nkogi tape no
la Frank Davis ye nipa nkasa sa nti mu nka che no
I think say
mu nka che no
mehwe ye pon a mefre na ya ma lo sa complain ya
be empemi nsa
but
in fact that ba akokra de
ko ya ye wo
no aka the o mini kasa wi no me re hoye me re hoye because only me can say yi and why me sabe empemi nsa but obi so am pen asem
oh yeah wakasa wa ben
obi am pen asem pa because of senior and adwuma ye etintin and one of my favorite quotation from Yewanya
mena mi kuta yi o
okutare ya birthday kakao but my favorite quotation from Lawyer Frank Davis
the justices of the Supreme Court, the law lords are the master of their own rules and practices in that court. You would agree with me that ever since we started coming to court, they have never fixed a court date on Friday. Today, they have access to come back as early as tomorrow. That is how the trial is going to be run. So let us see whether we'll meet the 42-day deadline or not. But I'm certain and I'm confident that we'll meet it. This is the end of the press. Before I conclude this press interview, I wish to say something. And it's this, you see, before the justices of the Supreme Court, the law laws stark realization that his trusted or his stable owner comes to the stark this press interview. I wish to say something. And it's this, you see, before a stable owner comes to the stark realization that his trusted or revered or star jockey is not ready for the derby, the race will long be over. Thank you.
God on say me kasa me penasa ma on say nya no kasa on say so ya metime produce ni na yidi abo obi a me penasa pa me ni gina because o be for na mo say ye be friend say wuntumi for a person ni interview ase mo makasa o joint mo ko gite and I be crash me ntimi and onya sa de ni onya because committee na koto aro no obenya a lot of course obenya a lot of messages so respond on voting kita ho so obi a call pekeye ne hine ne tan a o nya sa ne ma no okay afi na me hu o se wusu message say so general secretary can say ye betia tema ma ekoma de de a en na ko on say owie pon sani mumu ne fa ko pe temu de betia nti on fa ko ye o say ye betia mu ye tia tema no pe ye be wie na ekomo de en no say we hu de a na ka on sani mumu ne wie fa ko
temu de betia
no ti eno anu me bo a sa me no ma wie anakadia okay birthday no all right so ocha holiday ana ocha holiday okay so me your birthday me no mama me nyinwie me wie na maye anopai me saka ayi from Mr. Kisiedu
Mr. Osbert
Samuel Kisiedu our MPP headquarters
so Real Madrid support until real
okay MPP headquarters so sanso ye I think second vice chairman ever dental constituency asante patron no share political suit kama bi no na ne mano ene ne yire ena ha oni message
of birthday
enye ne of birthday ni nyene e ochena na media ochna memma
enti ya boy chameba
na be what dey uni
enti ose the man say kindly add this message. Happy birthday, daddy. You are the best dad in the world. We are grateful for all the love and support you've given us. On this special day, we hope it will be filled with joy, laughter, and all your favorite things. We love you so much. Into where Mr. Osbert Kisiedu, ne mano, any ne and no message we have. Into where happy birthday in advance.
That was some chefa for no. Can you come on? Perfect. But grandma did the first signing.
Oh, and friend of ma. You remember?
What the flow for? We are friend.
You remember?
Grandma did the first.
You remember? The man birthday. And you over to do. Man say, "May wish you happy birthday. May me some crab out. Some me me. And I no pay. May wish you happy birthday in advance. Nyami shraw. Na oma nkwatinti nyame ma usika so wo sika menim say na wo chi party for hwe nipa no aka yo ba hwe nipa bebre nti nyame ma usika na watimi ayem
nyame ma na ho de na be ya opedipa do enkwa ho san na oma na ho de a obetimi atena se akosi se be sa ba 2028
yeah
we contract papa
made us honorable Clement Wilkinson say lawyer Frank Davis is very jovial person and my brother. Your brother honorable your brother to know jovial. Me onya me brother, me onya madam for. But me here adwuma wo wuntu mi. My friend no about 3 times. Ni nyina response o de ma me no. Enya response e papa. Oh. Enya response e papa. Enti no e bia na your brother enti no jovial. Me onya jovial to me. Onya friendly to me. The response of Minyano, any impression of Minya one in China say, or you be a snobbish, or you bully, into says I not here there, and on son. Say me no yem answer there. Then the who say, Baby, I'm a tea, I'm a Juma, me Juma so one a Juma as the past party penny into on son. Aha, media, Mecca, the competent, or you'll be a penasa mancasa. Because of say yen adwuma enum ne yen penasem panti honorable Clement ebra and no man ekwo hospital na o man ekwo hospital eh honorable the adwuma she contractor san na ko adwuma
wo be du sika o
okay o ma menya na na ye o ma hene kwabra sante birthday one o ma hene kwabra sante host of big
sante
wo Adum TV any ekosi sen nyina nti ena ye o ma hene
president
asante when you 50 years ene 50 years ene nti
na fro
no picture na that's why them no
elder apostolic empowerment elder
empowerment
and entina ne nsem ye
nti senior anopay happy birthday to you yakopon shraw na oma o enkwatenten no mo akoma so ade nyina mrem yes sra hoden edema na bibia enye kama o ma hene die no ma hene do yinipa
na je say one want me fraglas it be cool if I want to
yinipa
I want to make out radio so no umu say man say we no apagide na ayame
I don't know for we ba ha no
ka je say
I don't know for we ba ha on beto share so ha na e say on be nti
so
e kura oba oja frame sam say oja for na mate say group we ba ho na
OSP just one frame
aha nti o ye senior man na mum said you relate with nipa no
good
wa ye adwuma na che
na me na adwuma wa che man sound
but oni obia
o ye be kai
obi wa no mo a ohwe wa nimu no ho ansa na wo hu se na onu be relate you but ma hene de on tesa ti ano pay all right momo ne taw momo ne aka no papa na ene ura province wa ha no pay ti mo de mu yin
nice one Mr. Sante Augustina Boatin yes Augustina Boatin edin de fe no fie ye ewura bena kumase ene wo ene eye o birthday ntu ma me market papa elder ye boa mensa wa ankasa wo ba adoye ene abusua ni nyina se yemfa movement television so e ma happy birthday nti Augustina Boatin ye se twere mponyankopon nsem nhira ene enkwatenten ni ahoden e ma na de wodi nsa so ma wo ye bia no ewrade moa na enwie nkunimdie so e ma happy birthday.
Next one
Jimama ewo kukumlemle
na oka asa na oka
na bibi wa chiri na wo de nti godon nanim
okay
Jimama wo kukumlemle ene birthday na Jimama yema happy birthday na where your birthday a do de ba ye no anka say from
still from the man
from Nama
hey
from Nama
and what my ye
from Nama
it would be
from Frank Naro ya na oyi
Frank Nero, okay, Frank Nero,
Frank Naro we ye Dawuro ni
just that go for
me da to kakra
and Jeff free on but
da to kakra anti Jimama no pay my happy birthday say Frank Naro say my happy birthday
any fiafo nyina
afa Mr. Adupoku
it adogo kasa wish see ho
adogo ka ho
okay
Mr. Adupoku Mr. Adupoku Aprade Kumasi your friend Okesi na Kevin was say unit committee chairman Aprade electoral area and I say yam 5 years so na yema happy birthday emano
yanko
the last one free me hoye sof mame Barbara Asante Believers Victory Cathedral Kronom Kumasi and your birthday to Uknu Reverend Dennis Daniel Sofukojo and asafumani nyina and so say yam 5 years so emma happy birthday
Mr. Sadi Pacho family de gusu why de bebe bia no na de omo de asoa me okay etibe ye Abba Constance or Clagon ebe nungwa ho no mo aha enti ono no and the man happy birthday free a bands of GBC and na what the buy enti e happy birthday and the why Easter so na abenya mo cha to party ni nyina ye for but we go next one aha we so we ye Mr. Sako de Puku Kumasi Kote extension na wo na ne baba ne yefe no Erica Opoku Sako de Erica Opoku Sako de wo kusku wo Garden City University wo Kumasi enti Erica Opoku Sako de Garden City University ho na pictures ne yembienu ba ko de Edembegwa atoso enti no Erica happy birthday Emma why aha ka last one na Emma was ye birthday ba ko Halloween di no ne cousin ni on say was ejiga no elo no twa picture be yo said ni nua no di birthday ni afa dia ma no ko attack wo mo enti be belated happy birthday Ricardo Nikwe Ashi belated happy birthday
okay all right me so madam Asibebre na we the Ricardo then to be telenovela I say, can you imagine? And the only lady responsible for oversight responsibilities for the project inspection. We have message for your neighbor. And yeah, and he say, I'm a project manager. At our train say a project coordinator by inspection, not the contractor cyber site.
Now the report,
honorable, honorable, and the cappuccino aba. Na you know edimidima fo heba enkrato na fe ewia na yabe o say okay ma body man in wi na labo machi
suspend the war one as we you mo sa mo kwan na nka o mpeso mo ba mo sa mra
the pan chow
Kwaku unity die ehun hia unity pa die ehun hia ba wo sa so ko itimi 20% itimi ni pe fi aso
we are the kan tia you
itimi party na equal discipline enimu no enkodanim because the pani did say and they would dis hunu na mo suspend no a webe efie mienu ye ko to aba wo besa the amnesty aba Kwaku
na anopay ntienie wo hwe we Ghanaian Times and the about 2024 December election verdict Mahama declared president-elect secures 56% in historic comeback to Jubilee House. Tiana denim kakra John Dramani Mahama denim Mahama ni saso ne yesu wedin kunim. And from that very day Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia concede defeat Emma Okasewa ye you know. Asia honomo na she honomo no police arrest 89 suspects over post-election offenses. Entina NDC for Enna Omatiasim. Now shall see on refrain from vandalizing state properties. NDC to supporters. Now NDC supporters, they are on rampage. And as at the time officially you declare John Dramani Mahama say or president elect no. That was around 10th December no. Na police for catch about 89 suspects. Engage in post-election violence. I say hand NDC for nankasa and yema the son for photo anymore Ghana Times as you know. Na aban niema be fertilizers, aban fridge, you aban officer, near Trinia Mepi, Ashanti Chronicle so a publish be. You are not for young remu. Now ye for violence. The Bokrata ena or de atosrono 89 arrested over post-election violence. And also ena or de ebaye. No baby say you can't say post-election violence there. Let's rumble. You share videos nibi. John Dramani Mahama 100 days according to no ena no pay made it chewi. If it da Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia concede defeat say oh you got to a bury you share data noa yenya noa enya the MPP beti me dinkunim from that very grader. Yes. So we ohwe mu a I'm fast and into ase. We in some another pre in some collation center. Away in some collation center. From that day Anopana Bawumia concede defeat no. Ghana who has some grader. So these are the videos. Any pictures are a free mu edeba. Almost say electricity you really about me rolling yakano. So where some of the Nema course and after say you declare John Mahama winner no and never be a course in the hand. Way a higher 30 South Collation Center na higher divisional police headquarters. Yeah. It's divisional police headquarters no. 100 days journey of John Mahama and I able who are actually rampage and vandalizing the regional and divisional police headquarters. Ewo 30 mine. All because one person would a J Manson cross a seat by force. So we and the scorecard, yes. And then this one, another polling station. I think this one, polling stations, no. I hold collation centers where I Blekumanov, into Blekumanov collation center no pay sheet. Ye de buy no, and na omatete ebano. Omatete ni nyina all because omo wedi enkugu. Na in omo person mo wi abato ni mo anu nyina no. Na so omo vandalize electoral commission collation center ho. Na omo say ho nyina na omo ye. Omo wi omo school e bia de ballot papers na kasa kogu ye no. Omo chi school na no bo say school kola no go bebre. And also so about 4-story building. School yediga ha eni. Enti ha ene yede ballot box se wa Blekumanov nyina kogu ye. Electoral commission for kwati wodi kogu ho. Enti ye to abiwe ya. Omo hu se ne court betimi ama order ne se yensan kofa ballot papers no na ye mekan ene omo twa agya to school dan ni muti 4-story building. Omo she ni nyina e wa Blekumanov. Enti asate ne kasei for the first time in the history of Ghana, ya to abewie 100 days constituency star Blekumanov yentimi declare MP ho. Enti Blekumanov me no ka say ya to abewie MP ni Blekumanov. So Blekumanov any representation in parliament all because John Dramani Mahama and the then police IGP na almost say omuntimi enhwe me enkoleti because opese at all cost or dinti school for an higher stranded no ena omokoye stranded ewo ho ewa Blekumanov ho any Ashanti ba ko a na threatening is I will kill you na ye threatening. So these are the happenings ewo NDC. So on that very day Mahmoud Bawumia any nti we NDC supporters any NDC nkrofo a ye ko ha na ye hunahuna nkrofo to the extent say any tikakra. Enti we John Dramani Mahama, the president of the republic. The 100 days when no we be say 100 days scorecard ye den. The 100 days scorecard no na ye dey actually. So by 4 February, Asante no ye indication say nursing and teacher training allowances so oba betwam graphic publishing kese pa. Enti John Mahama the scorecard for the first 100 days no and no pay ye dey actually. We do be say me ka say efibere a owura Mahama ebedi Ghana so Ghana hu asomdwe da ne America ne bi ni nti na ewo so yi teacher training allowances to go. Government pledges to enhance student loan scheme. Education Minister hint na odiaba we ase no assign ABT retreat na odwane wo ho but ye videos any ade nyina kire se enokre wo kansa we twa mu no afa ne edi so ne se ye ready nkrofo fie so japa ene ne nkrofo ene ne na mofo if any say Bank of Ghana governor fee na ye tutu CCTV na ye tutu say ha japa no ni we for rata fee ni ye ready we kwa ya rocketio na ye koni hunahuna nkrofo ni etiatia nkrofo fa ahudie so ewura obi fie ni etu ni CCTV ha ntieni Bank of Ghana governor fie ni etu ni CCTV monitor ni ya tutu na yinyina ni ye de ko ye kwae di tuasu so yire no ma na se we ni John Dramani Mahama ana ose oba no aba be research no we ene niema obeye in the last 100 days Ghana ehu asumdweda oba no say or the 1 week ebe fight galamsey me pa chao galamsey ene o yesa ya Ghana ensuo aye ene sedia yes say Ghana kwaya pa chao eni ensisi a o mining areas na say ene the state of our forest reserve jomama bayi in 100 days ebi si da say aban bia ba na ono an party for edi enibre atie gu Ghana kwaya so na yes kwaye no essay ensuo enibre so say ebinsi da in the history of Ghana so part be say yaban na aba nti ya tiegum ye be say oman ni nyina nti ensuo kwota no anua forest reserve okwa hwan excavators say one-time dissipation of our forest reserve and they say forester assign kwa no to say football pitch maku be 4,000. Yes, it's a Crash Sports Stadium in the Cassius maku 4,000. And I say Ghana has seen. In fact, baby are not galamsey enko da aban ba galamsey ako. Ya hunu NDC constituency, NDC regional officers. Omoni police for soldier for the CNE. Ya hunu regional ministers omoni police for the CNE all because police for soldier for person preventing galamsey. So Ghana ya to abama John Mahama in the last 100 days yehu asumdweda afa wo hono a yes 30 feet 40 feet container maku 3,500 aya o say wow 40 feet container 40 feet container container ye de kan yemai kase pa na wo mu no yes maku 1,300 say keke enti we no so mo keka bozo say ya na so mo na 40 containers 40 feet container no maku 1,500 say 1,300 ni yesi ayira na uto memu na say 40 feet container ayira na uwa asundwe no 40 feet container say na no na kai bi beyi ba ko ha me hwem na me da sebe na me hwe container din na me se da sebe enti container we maku 1,003 ene yesi ayira no Ghana ya bodam because 40 feet no enti se pen o enti se bottle water no bia fashion botomu na enye baako enye mienu enye nan enye maku apem ene ahamiensa 1,300 we are sick in the head and ya tini nyina under this government oya no free one mo a John Mahama ba ye nyinti amesi ehu asumdweda no afenya duru cocaine Ghana ba John Mahama ba ye cocaine left right center babia and no for high see a cocaine or transfer a cocaine and na ya cocaine oya refa ba akon na Nigeria ni bi na chase ya see $2.1 million cocaine and street value $2.1 million na ya chi one near such 120 parcels and boy about $150 million and also attack radin potemo you say NDC and yes so shase and na abewe crusade publish here I say NDC PC fingered in $150 million cocaine bust nti eno eni ho ba kubiem near such $350 million worth of cocaine then also ba na dia shimpan Nti under the Argentina just 100 days of John Dramani Mahama na ye cocaine 319.66 kilograms and the street value $350 million. Cocaine ye so far ni no about $502.1 million. Ni oya the end there oya Nigeria ni nti yesi edna court. Wey mienu we 350 no any 150 no yesi omo ye NDC for besinne yentimi for mo court. Yente da we de mente so bi ate a on kan me. Yentimi fa obi an court enko bo no kwadu SSC anasese ena twetwero mo bo. Ha ni yesi ye hu sika Kwaku hu containers makomako 14 sika ni gold na wom afi national security for yesi container ni mienu ayira. Enji aka 12 no besinna yesi ntimi mia no yesi one alaji bidia ene ye hwehwe no besinna one alaji ye hu no ye hu one alaji alaji besinna ye hu alaji ye one alaji ye hu no ye eno ne niema ekoso ewo aban mu wo ye no free ho market fires na eja John Mahama di ade wie ya pe eja siga na babia kantamanto edum hwan tachiman hwan na eja se eja hye sankrofo dwetire na ahye endra minority ebo mabaso se minority no eko no makokoma kwadum kumase mabesia ko kantamanto akwakomo omu sika edwa na ehye saa obisa John Mahama de ofisirim onya aduanani na kakase aduanani de oba de jadu wachi ba we de wase usia aduanani John Mahama ba ban mu bia na jadi nachi obehye edwa behye amadwadifo sika na dwadifo ne manyina ahye enu nso abako na fe ye de Ghana airport yesi suspected cocaine na ye de yesi de abey yesi plane to ko haseye yeso say see one time and the last one American wasem nipa kunkum anka Ghana hade nipa kunkum na no abrase enso John Mahama bayi ene ne ekun bi oha ochena nipa be 9 enum ne abomutu oha ochena be nipa miensa enan ne abomutu oha na aboko de oduru hono musesi a etise Gaza mpapreso war zone miwa John Mahama so banso ka kire se on na eba ma asundua aboko na MPP for ena ma aboko asundua ni ho enne ne ekoso oboko ebi nsi o memu abakwasem da ifibra aboko conflict ne hyase enya de ye de won ne ama police for so we police ni na nkura tu ye kwa abonten we police ni na wo ni duty a empie shedem wo duty so a make sure say wo share bulletproof ekuratuo ansa na wapie enne ye duru baabi in our country a ye police IGP etimi koni abontuo sa IGP yohunu ne ka na nye bulletproof ankaba na ye kuna firi wiase police chief etimi koboko
yan colonial masters omuni eka ho asem na edidi mu nkete ina abeduha na last year ini yehu se yetimi dane entokwa tribal entokwa yetimi ye ne politics when ye ne politics NDC for ne John Mahama na ye ne politics because yewra Dr. Baumia a party to the fight of free or your man prusini and a man prusi for ni kusasi for nenya inti se Baumia ba president dia nese say ye done to kwane political they di tia Baumia and yes answer bokunto kwa e wo hande yewra Baumia be di vice president man ti so be done bokunto kwa political anamutibi
Debbie
Yera Baumia babedi yera na adu achi for almost 16 years as his running mate. Man to boku asem wo kurum ha. Nanso MPP for ka say crime Yera Baumia emame flag bearer. In NDC for led by John Mahama ono ye ono ko ye da gomba ni oye gonja yeah. Aye na dwen say enuanum kusasi for no man prusi for no gonja ni begide mfimfini na ode ntotoye ato omunten wadane ne politics. And that is what he did last year.
Yeah.
2 videos are trending back. Otiminya kukudro eko boku minse boku na bahodo koye eko keka nsem ehye boss or no be president or no John Mahama betimi di peace aba boku ntokwa yako no 150 years onu John Mahama one no wantimi afama but John Mahama 2 idi omutimi eto abama na ombe me on was ono kasa onim say na ne parliamentary candidates no sa boku enclave ho nya won MPP yenya ba ko
Debi
the whole region yenya bi ne ye wo bi ni kuro mo gye na omo so ni namu Mami honorable babai no ka ho bi ani namu ka kire kusasefo no do so se mamprisifo ka kire kusasefo ne se so omuto abana Dr. Baumia na onu so yomu nua no kusasefo ne mamprisifo no so mu nyina afridua ba ko so ayeti se achemfo ne asantefo ana kwawufo ne asantefo edua ba ko emma na wo mu akogire mfimfini ka kire se mu kusasefo no to aba de ma Baumia oye mamprisinia obeto atuo ama as president no be supporting the mamprisi for no ama omo akumu obeto am samom enkomo omo no omo kobo ye no enti D-Day no da na ye to aba no ukokusasi areas nyina Dr. Baumia nya 0 ukọ mamprisi areas ni nyina so Mahama so nya 0
but there was an order say mo bi an MPP t-shirt
kusasi areas no na mamprisi for no so ma order so mo bi an so share this t-shirt enti wo hwe ya wo de hwe election results wo say e pure politics first time I see wo be so chairman say to kusasi area no ba kokura ni ho opeba am answer
no mo ho in fact they threaten them wa be kwa to aba
na wo be so chairman say mamprisi areas no ba kokura ni ho opeba Mahama
mo ho pa
and so yeah for the first time ever wo hwe say area na you politicizing now to the extent to say afi election results ni showed fine yakoto aba mu akusasi fo munua Baumia wanya akope ni ba bi atra ni obehye mo bo e kan sama kase e kire mo no waba na akọ grand style you say ntokwa ne escalate grand style kan sama si from Thursday be sinne Mahama ya rega fie ya hye ho honorable babai or the ladi honorable ladi ya bubo ni fie tuo ma ya se of atogo ne ba fie e ba nkran MPs no mo ho nya ko social media omo nua no kusasifo ne mom warning so wunnim na odu hoduma ye bedi wunnim ye ntia omo ani abi omo hu se ma twantora kire omo hu send this fo ahwe awurade anim ayusu omo and I'm damn people because promises are more the man. Promise won't mean so. What shall Mubasa will buy? We solve a problem. Problem in Akunko. Now we are ya Asanti, you know what dinner, and I've never got a song come with some more. Na kuma ye, a camia mapan and Kamipa Pan and Nakacha until he's on pen baby. And say, ja, or your statesman. Yeah. To any choice. Guarantee. Yenina yenti. Nania yawum here. A month ago, me call Angel FM. And I me call can sa kusasi phone man pusi for us. Sa na a start kakranka make say. Say ni anu mienu ku a. Ohwo. E na di omo ade. E ha kwa maka sa asem bi. Entu omu nyai. Na bedu baabi no aban sa begine. Ye nyina ye bebre omo. Omu ewu kro bebre omo ho. Na ye gya omo. Na omu ade tokwa na asim. Omu ku omu hu wie a. Omon sa asene near the acquire planting for food and jobs. Near the year diane amagana for. Ya see dear ye di matem on their platforms. Oh, me now for send the mommy. In fact, it's send the send the mommy papa. Tell me ma kokase. Omunya na mi free ho. Enti enfame ho. Efame ho pa. Uni mi entia. Hwe. By military protocol, ne security protocol. And to kwesi wo region. And then see what area. One now we military ni, and now you're soldier ni and
yeah. Because of interest in
see ya tea. Now to quest you are betifia me, young family kwa betifida. Send me your soldier near, and I'm your police. Young family because me interest. I'm interested. It's 1 year then beko.
You to be radio.
Yes, region crying for Mubiama. Yakophobia free Buno. Yakophobia free Volta. Yakophobia free Western North. Etim soja fo ni police fo na ye ku oni so mo nyina obi ani ho a oye kusati ni na oye mambrisi nipa na security services fo na ye ku omo nyina ya hoho
yeah you know yeah
eti what na kurom ka chem se kurom ntokwa na enkame a ekame ebi se me ni ebi be wokọ na busu ani bi be kọ ho
doctor for nurse
the closest one e ba ye me ami hu ye 3 years ago, former regional minister Titus Glover, ne wafas is okay. Ne wafas next me 23-year-old where we you posting to Boku Presbyterian Hospital. Ababa wanted to moto a chisha uniform. Kwa adwuma nye bone tu Titus Glover free kan ha kofa ni meet ni ba be sie no me sister panyi ba
I see
23-year-old me kwa akoye adwuma ba me wie nursing school ye post me we ya Ghana ni akwala ye post wa se ko akwala ne se meko ni wofa ni ne ma me kofa ni funu e be sie ye enti se wotena ukuro mo ka sentokwa no enkan yen a eka ye nyina sika ye de ma police for ni ye de ma soldier for mo de kwatena ho ne ye de ye mukuro na enka mukuro na ye for over how many years ni asika kwa say hwe nkoso okuro do so hwe nkoso okuro no so ne ye ka maka kire ense emfa ye ho na let me come back to the politicization asem no. Number 1 yewura NBC for enya akukuduro eko kusasifo no ho politics ye nyina ye ho onwa na eka kire yin some be kan say MPP for yen pom asem ye nipa bonefo
yeah
why Dr. Baumia e man prosini na o ye party etiki kan sem ya kire he me ma ye onwa kusasifo na send me am nkrofo me busuafo wo me nanfofo wo bra ma yenye statistics bi almost say NDC for can say MPP for yen pekusasi for asema ye rananado at least yen fa second term to second term
okay
the second term yeah obedi ye first term no don wan fa ma second term unim say around the upper east ne honey upper east and upper west Boku area ho
upper
east ho and the Boku enclave no unim say Mamprusi for ho kusasi for no dos ye rananado e fa ne say Yafa Dr. Baumia, he covers for all the Mamprusis in the area. I mean, nipa here, kusasi for na yasi ya yampa mwasem no. Nipa nanado mom weduma his second term. Bibodin. Honorable Stephen Yakubu, former Upper East Regional Minister. Honorable Fatima Abubakar, former Information Minister. Honorable Abdullahi Abanga, former MP Bunduri, a former Deputy Minister for Works and Housing. Honorable Joseph Penka, former Attorney General. Honorable Kingsley Akrugu, former CEO, EPA. All the MMDCs, MMDCs no more sa Boku enclave ni nara. Omunyina ye kusasi for except ba ko Boku Central no ye mosini. Enti ya sa Boku Upper East one ya fa ubia because yes yeah comparison Mahama die.
Okay.
Nanse
even sa appointment no unu asoma Mahama ka fa ho. O say MPP for esheda no mafa omunkrofo ni bi no ma empower omo no munya sika be si dan to air conditioner no ma gina so propaganda say omo na be empower kusasi for ama omo gina omo na so nti omo ma join ni MPP for. He said that I have the tape me bo handra. Eti appointment in the crowd no sound of propaganda.
Yeah, ka say why your appointment say you NDC for train
kusasi ni awu Mahama yaga so ndo so oye okay
ena ya say majority leader Mahama yaga for when no san call lobby say ni nia ketwa ono na yesi oye NY eno how NY National Youth Authority yeah ono so you half and half enti NDC for
so ono an call lobby or lobby man ebusia
enti kusasi for buof no one danity on no danity NDC for na yen sensem a wo ka kire omo atena se eye analysis na omo se wo ye akofo na wo so me ye sure say the radiasi say atentrewu say ye pa no atentrewu ni ye fi omani so na wo nua Mamprusi ni e be ye president wo twin say wo benefit no wo benya more benefit from him and no benya more benefit from Godeni e baba ya wa bi mu region ho ya mamubi
there be
not even one and so na the second term all the MMDCs now so we are 15 wrong
yeah
15 2 years mosini na all the 14 MMDC now what you want can say other appointees 1 2 3 4 5 6 5
I also knew that no condition was permanent. You make hay while the sun shines.
Okay.
And when you drew my love letter, I knew that the day had come. Now I'm packing in your cry.
But we were told, say, by the Supreme Court's ruling, Edu Gita Maklo versus Attorney General, Mwan Kamako True Public Service Commission. Sanki Yimwedi. And I want and pass through Public Service
Commission. They deal with the public enterprise.
Okay.
Boss here, a company limited. Liability.
Okay.
So companies could
regulate. Okay.
So what normally will happen is that company no contract. You can hire and fire. The shareholder or the board can hire and fire at will.
Based on the conditions of what contract.
Based on the conditions in the contract. Anybody can get up and say, okay, see you leave. Letter, it was termination. So subsequently, they will just have to follow the contract.
Okay.
And then
that's it. Okay. But you boss for how long?
2019. Bare 5 years.
Bare 5 years. And minim sani I would mati or boast because what can say she am ho 8 o'clock before say me fast. Na be to me do ho be 8:30 now hold that. And said the bia say na we diligent with your work. Na if you be so that crown of pana on sign kwa hobby mu no. Eya wo fe adwuma na.
Oh, and okay, say Yura Rollins. Tama office no. Okay, same be or say one day na utuka obehu anu edru castle. I know who say so yes, as a human being no. Those things will come up. It's happened to me once. Me took car say normally me go see me in Kwaku school. One of the days, no, me huwa ne me drew tetakwashi.
What's the one I'm kwanso kwanu no?
Na me na kwanso kwanu no.
Ena kai say, hey, adwuma ni hobi o.
Adwuma ni hobi o mo. Ma me sa me chinko fie ekoka de. Yes. Also, we share effort in your man. Me staff no. We put into the place to turn a loss-making entity to a profit-making entity. Obviously, you would have some attachments to the place and the people there. And yes, but elections have consequences, so we need to take it as it is and then wait for the next election. And then, we already have something to do. We'll go back and do that and use it to support our party.
Okay. As a CEO and a managing director, baby, I would say, ho ye mean so none be breated. Would ye near him say party for Bao or Boa party for? In fact, Oko campaign, baby, we are more or less like a grassroots person. Do you have the feeling, say, who Musa Danko report be say about 32% or so of Ghana for say more government appointees, more MPP lose election, and according to Musa Danko, do you have some feeling? No, say more as ABS CEOs, if not you personally, Munu and Mubi, and they didn't do much to support the MPP win the election.
So naturally, by my nature, no, I don't do blame games. What you say? The fact is Ghanaians have voted and Ghanaians have spoken. If we want to find the reasons why you lose the election, you can name them. Bebre and also when you are pointing a finger at somebody, so
maybe
4 fingers, no point to normally meninge said I'll discuss the blame games publicly. God being so good, no, a committee was set up to look at fact finding was set up, led by Professor Michael Kwe. Say Omonshushe the entire Lucy, you know. And I think say we'll wait, we'll listen, we'll read the report and then if it will inform changes going forward, then we all do that. But the blame game, normally, I don't like playing the blame game. I'm sure say when who say Facebook and but it's okay. I mean,
me say me do later because na me share say war from Greater Accra region. O constituents na ye Klotikole me wa. And na me person me share will support for a constituency and the region as a whole because you didn't do well in Greater Accra region. You are make a party, no. And Klotikole, one of the constituencies, and he moved before said this time they are better firm, which didn't happen. And then the issue about say test conform and all that. So yenti and no free opereko. Now if me no try to be boss to.
So let me start by apologizing to all our party faithfuls. Maybe you could have done something better 1 year. But the reality is that when you are in a position such as the position I was, responsibilities in a doors, and the constituencies not so doors. So they are working collective for na me patron for Clote.
Okay.
Na me sign patron, na me or finance committee for Greater Accra.
Okay.
Na me finance chair so baby.
Okay.
And the responsibilities in there not a dozen. And once normally ya MD ana bibia CEO. Yes, you also have to take care of your people and create jobs. But Udrube Oko baby na me call boss to say me drew boss the board had put a moratorium on
employment.
Okay. Like I said, I don't like to blame.
Yeah.
So almost say what test conform with employment in your manner. I would say I'm sorry, but then if the board says you can't recruit, you can't go and you will face the consequences.
Yes.
For whatever reason. But normally, you don't work for yourself. Oh, baby, when there is good governance, you don't work for yourself. So you take instructions from the board and then you execute the instructions. And to say your company now sorry with me
I can see that I can see where that problem is coming from because they be do my baho e di abegura to pray e di sikano abewasa esirimu e di bia party for ni mankro to bia for say how dey okotan opa e say obi emu obi adi bi
you can
I see.
But at least Oshe Juma yeah. I mean, can you believe that it drew baby cry now you're running shift or bust?
Okay.
Because nani pado do na ebium. And for some time and we even made huge profits when we started doing that. It be about 2 weeks.
Okay.
It be about the following 2 weeks.
Okay.
It was tough. You couldn't have. The board insisted, said no, you can't keep adding because that. I mean, a bad challenge.
It's any intentional. Say bia.
It's not intentional. It's not. I mean,
you couldn't. Do much.
Yes, we couldn't do much. Just but we couldn't do much.
All right. I was afraid I do a video to us any former boss MD, a Dr. Provincer, and I AD and Kumui. Na say to abawi we need the kanya or baha na ebo and kumo. Had the boss has some day I can't be because of numbers and never any baby could do, And then so be she no say, oh, the boss, he found a uja boss and son of Oka. Overcast uja boss way.
Oh, I think Osha numbers now from 2016 all the way to 2023. Osha numbers now. As a miracle. The reason why I make us say as a miracle is say the same people are maybe 2 years. The same people.
And I would do a
juma. Because me kaise Mampenyi Nanado. Only me din kumobi now say, oh, Edwin, just know that we need all the energies of all Ghanaians. One kase okwa, because you cannot, or say you cannot, the country cannot grow with 50% or 40% of or 60% of the population. Okay. You need to make sure that you get everybody involved so that the energies, the ideas are so that a man of betumpo. Sure. So that is the motive I made the core boss. And the core boss, no, I mean, from a loss of 459 million cedis in 2016. By 2021, na ya profit of 161 million. 2022, na profit no a double. Yeah. 2022, na profit no 2021 no. From 2016, na 459 million cedi loss.
And a cap
loss by 2021. Na company na dane kra enye company na unim no 2016 bio.
Yes.
Because 2021 profit are 161 million Ghana cedis. What about 2022 double 342, more than double 342. Yes. 2023 and a co 208 million. Kaisa say boss should never ever be making losses.
Yeah.
Now 2021 and 2022 profit now not good for oil and count.
Yeah, there be okay.
2023 not good for oil.
Okay.
And then I drop it by 208.
208.
Now ansana me fee on 2024. Now inter audit no. Now you signing here, but
okay.
Now we knew that will not make less than 390 million.
Less than 390
million.
90 million. Okay.
And for 4 years in a row, no. Now boss are extremely profitable. And I'm happy to say that I hope it will continue as it is because if boss makes any loss, then there's a problem.
And we know the maybe I be fear 451 maybe 59. Now they call and the same just in a year no the same. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, 2019. Okay, so
2019. Okay, you can say in a year.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so it's just about leadership. And the belief in the Ghanaian. So the Ghanaian is also capable of getting things done. There's a school of thought. I almost say Abenjuma dear into me yeda. Abenjuma dear. But man, no, I don't believe that. I believe sir. Yebenya a little bit of nationalism and I don't see myself different from
don't need here and Crawford Canessa. And Crawford Canessa because of near echo so and say NDC about power or if I said you should be in coffee. Ubit me a you, untimi new coffee. Ne Frank Crawford be do ma call Sabe. A run at Nabaho, me moon and tia. Honestly, a young man, it be obey your day back. But pass a wash wo nim dear, and you see whom I wore any Juma bay, baby, I be far company, baby, I be do ya. Na, you see a junior mine, ho dear. I didn't ever cast a walk or tenafy, nan could be ma.
Oh,
in the one I more supporters and any more problems, and this is for bar. What they'll say, you have no young friend, no be any. But Moody mobile must say efficiency. And you know, you perceive you money ye, and to be a staff who bit me a 500 the hoon if I soon to be a 60, 70 near dear. Did the baby no more means, and grow for a book long the doors on the don't bar no more yes, anything. I think that is where any pandemic problem.
Yeah, I mean, so you know, as an economist, no, So problem no can be solved in two ways. And from where I sit, this is what I think, how I think we can solve it. If you so Juma a profit. Na also sansis and croful gumusa. Eventually, no, so Juma na a profit, ebegu. Ebegu. But say bia utumi bomodin ye sa profit no. And then that profit no is used to set up another entity. To me, I employ Crawford and I'm a boy. And I understand what you're saying and say, yes, people think government, Jumano, it's not sustainable. Your profit crowd will be bad, Yes, there's an iota of truth there. But I think, say, Anka, the profitable organizations, nyamane more profitable. Nanka the profit, they are setting up a factory and now BB to recruit our own people if that's what we want to do. Because
but you know, say, Meti unze me ya mhemu nearby say NDC for Bible swimming and something. Yesoma for nipa be 50 ewo boss. Nipa be 18 bi hokra ya pejo mumwa your managers and all that. So MPP need to say nya ne yese kwan ni hoyi NDC Bible so me say wa fa nipa 50 ho.
I understand. And not na me say. So it is two-way because oko internet so say ube say at a certain point in time no me am school senior Alex Mode.
Yeah.
Na obomichi.
Yeah.
Pa say.
Yeah. And obi sending bibi sa.
Boss is overstaffed.
Yeah.
Boss is overstaffed. Boss is overstaffed.
Me the way you need to me the fly and to so be ha no. And obi send this Alex Mode ade na mami.
Obetumi kind of.
Say o say o mami ko hwesi ase me ho. Enti no o ka say enye Boston kwa obo ada government agencies are no say overstaffed. But all the trust me hwe say.
Enti I mean that is the fear of a lot of people say okay abeyi ba ana obi ba obeba be fan microphone egum. But o fan microphone egum a so profits na so bet it will and eventually it will go back to a loss making entity again. And then what would you have achieved? But Anka, if they can make the profitable companies profitable, then the profits can be used to do a lot of wonderful things for the people of Ghana. Anka, you still have your organization making profit. Now, now you invested somewhere, maybe a factory, and they say, Ghana, you need nyoma bebre as our profits no buy government bet me afadia ye bibi to recruit the same people. So yes, there's another school of thought no say because of these challenges then government should not even be in business.
Okay.
Because it's not sustainable. You come today, you do a great job, and then the next day it's gone. What you say? Then the next day you come again, you do a great job, the next day is gone. So some also believe most of the Jumano we should government Jumano government should not be get into business. But I think that if I think in all this there is an optimal way of getting it done.
Okay, so we know for assassin for the publisher or say Alex Mood overstaffing at SOEs draining public purse. And on the other say Alex Mood, the former CEO of Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, has claimed some state-owned enterprises, including Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited, have been overstaffed, putting the toll on national coffers. And I think nipa na no claim say boss ni overstaffed, no buy no less than 3 months. Often pa be 50 agum. So eventually. And make catch them. Say they wouldn't say. I wouldn't say they are so of them.
May are very surprised.
Yeah. May are so of them. And we are also told, Crass, any pebby or more this more suspicion of only NDC for about 18 of them. Only ordinary staff. I am managers.
Sir?
Yes. And
the cost never cost.
And the cost and I say profit no be drop it
na company na start
and ye be chedi say wako boa no onya Dr. Province abenya fa so ato amafo bo hwe books no say ebi wom edi ndemo ko chedi but wako yoko
Yoko
NIB afro Yoko fra
matete nsem bi say the nyoma bebre call about me but omon frame me yet.
I would omunya frame because ye frame unu anu bi. Awu gu so hwehwe wodi mu.
So omo gu hwehwe.
E dey no mo pay.
Me dey minim. Sir, yeah, we've been audited all this while. Me gidi say we've done the right thing. Me name there omo hwehwe. I don't even know. Nobody has called me or
at the point in time na state owned enterprise bi oruma omo nye audited account kra na boss kan ho na
boss kan from 2014 to 2016 no na accounts
no omo nye audited account ba wo kro yi why ye ni nyina
to
and you why ye ni nyina no ene ye sign so ye den ye se hwehwe den
so me hwehwe mu e bia ombehu bibi
now why you ready say your friend say be yi nsimbisa no why you ready
oh that's me ready unse if you have nothing to hide no you have nothing to hide and I'm a boy when it comes to the job I think we did our best to serve Mother Ghana unse dey bia me kasa me there my mantra I work with Colossians 3:23 and 24.
Okay.
And with Colossians 3:23 and 24, no, me gidi say when the day of accountability comes, no, I will be able to.
Into onam hu ye mo so say ye be tun sa fro say bra yuko na bra NIB o ye mo so sa.
Oh, we have made the best show, but unim say eventually, no. You walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
but you fear no evil.
You fear no evil.
Okay, so I think say we are going too much bust operation. I think what your bust ye, why repair my water, why repair pipelines, why all those stuff. Your company na make profit. So we better
nipa profit me feel no na. Cash almost 110 million cedis.
At that 110 million cedis. At that account. Said by 6 months time.
Me call boss no na the overdraft ne chia salary.
Okay.
Na cash.
Okay. Mobobe says mobobe send the chiaka. Etu adwuma efo ne ka.
Me call boss.
Ba o call ye no. Ba tu am haka nyina asa wo 110.
Me call boss no na the suppliers ka $624 million.
Omo ma supply money man ko
$624 million. Me fi ho no that's $624 million nye tia ni nyina.
What tia?
Me call ho no na the overdraft na tia salaries. Me fi ho no na cash a work account mu. Total cash balance almost 120 million Ghana cedis.
120 million
Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Total cash.
Yeah. 6 months time. Beka ko hesa akasen e wa account ni. Enti ye be so about one of the key policies of the Akufo-Addo government now office involved gold for oil. Yeah, aban ba ye wose watwam. What is ankomo no? Na eto saying
oh, what's that? I'll make it straight to the point. Now, once I can say, you buy not a car that $624 million. Sa a cano a car to suppliers or more supplier.
Okay.
Oil in your man. Now, sa oil industry, it's a very information travels very fast. Until the obi kana untia, ubehu obia nobody would want to do business with you. Until osha accounts ni more from 2017 all the way to 2019. Na obia mpesoni a business, boss. Obia mpesoni a business. Then we started restoring the confidence. Yeah, restore confidence no na. we started trading. And your first profit of $161 million cedis. No, now we had restored a lot of confidence, even with the banks, because now banks so near the Omoka almost 452 million Ghana cedis. But you teach you they got to know that the confidence has been restored, the company is being run well, and they started giving us facilities to bring in products.
Yes.
Now, Gold for Oil took it to another level, where the guarantee was that it was a Bank of Ghana programmer. Bank of Ghana was promising, say, we will pay you if you supply. Okay, so Gold for Oil, and your boss next start to you. It was a problem to solve. It was a solution to a very huge problem in Ghana.
Bank of Ghana.
Bank of Ghana inflation issue. And the Gold for Oil program, almost 56 cargoes in 2 years. It didn't see that.
Okay.
And yes, it helped the country in Yoma. And the suppliers' confidence was restored. Good. Now, so you Gold for Oil me free suppliers no so Omokai say Bost does not have the wherewithal.
Yes.
They don't have the payment guarantee. Their balance sheet cannot support even a single cargo. And if you take it out and you don't replace it with something else now, and they virtually say boss so business may go. And I hope say because and I'm okay since you go for oil boss for market share I drop it from almost 32% to almost 16-17%.
From 32%
to 16-17%.
Okay, say market share no
the volume of oil.
Say oil
would supply
30%. Gold for oil na mutimi supply 30%.
Supply almost 32%.
As the more so am supply na margins so e cost na.
Gold for oil their margins no endorse. But now it was okay. But the more I supply, the
there's
more
a cushion Ghana for na cushion buying so. Okay.
And then I drop it to almost 16-17%.
Wow.
What you say? If we don't find a solution to replace the gold for oil now, no bank be any home
boss to be seen.
Way yes, if they don't have the guarantee. What you say? And so it's very tricky. And if the NSA market buffer prices in buffer, when the prices start going up, it will be very, very tricky.
Okay,
if they don't have
a buffer more international market, so yeah, and fairly heat,
yes,
but start set a cost row one,
yes,
and suddenly be who the consequences of suspending or cancelling the gold for oil
product. If we don't have
an alternative. Okay, I see. Well, ABN this if also for say my bantimu ombe ye free me kite for say a ben peche promo no ekoso no duba any be draw no so *256*4# na wafa option 2 and you won't me radio movement TV Accra nafi was select a number of ticket episode to about 5 Ghana series so through 2 on better 10 15 and in that order na odumu pin so aka na watimi edi enkunim timi so ye sama me na yenko yenim Moses Abo semen control so chiao or say we a great man na you always have the grassroots at heart. Moses Abo a former regional youth organizer ma NPP Greater Accra region semen control so chiapa and host of others but here bring it our concentrators me who paper on Feed Ghana aban we say Odiabano na a change of names because planting for food and jobs obinso about Feed Ghana and me who paper na me say can post harvest losses na me say engineer there post harvest loss for ho ben e chena me kai say no there be we a development economist and then the strategy so we insight into a lot of things Feed Ghana no a dear issue now wana analysis so far no saying.
Thank you very much. I think that the Feed Ghana initiative it's a very noble initiative.
Okay.
It is not on paper. It's noble because no more on person, you know, who analyze countries agri sector now. Me and Madam for friends and Dr. Otokuno. No, I'm a classmate.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's a great initiative, but it's not the first time I mean who paper so. And to me, the say, share MPP for paper anymore. They have something similar, planting for food and jobs. With normal person, share previous government so and yes, it is a great initiative. My only worry is and now I know can say post harvest losses no total post harvest
and no ye brofo e better chemu say wotwim
it is said there
there's a wodo no baya na ebe wia na wuyi ni ubehia ni wia ni ebe ka no na esa say
eduane a ese
after say ya ye fu na wie na eduane na ba no na fe ni nyina kogudwem okọ abode duru ba akon yes 10 cedis
enti sa post harvest losses na ene higher it is almost 2.4% of GDP, equivalent to almost $2 billion.
$2 billion.
And every year you do phone now. Say you thought you better now. They cannot say.
About $2 billion.
$2 billion.
Wow.
$2 billion. Tomatoes no say. So far a bro 20% na say. And you do a bro the whole year. 20% of a bonus say.
Ekuafo abre ya boka koto fertilizer ayi seri nyina iwi ana
20% say. Oshwa tomatoes are 50%. Ya ekuafo doni nyina ase ye fa 50% ya to achine.
Ya chemu mienu. Ne ya to half of because I say.
Oshwa yama.
Bayire
40% essay.
40%
essay.
Wow.
Who the nyina bomu a $2 billion of food crops are say every year. What you
serious o?
Serious. It is ECG.
Here call IMF so 3 billion here call you.
It is ECG. It to me top power. Not 30%.
Na eshegu.
It's the same thing. Enti me ka omo paper no I was happy. And I was especially happy, sir. I must say they would focus on the post-harvest losses. And OSHA budget in Muswa, they voted almost 1.5 billion cedis.
Okay.
Or 2025 budget for post-harvest losses. And your mom also on the ban say almost irrigation expansion so that we can farm all year round. Mechanization and input, fertilizer, community logistic support in your almost a bit storage and processing any financial support and to me feel say it's a noble
okay
but every government has had good intentions and because you say no entina a drew maybe yes, you import tomatoes free
Burkina Faso.
You import onion free Niger. You import way and you say you to me feed here home. You get me feed here home. But because of the post harvest losses no a dozen.
Okay. Nti afi ya do bayra ba. Ghana bia yehia se bia 10 tons of yam. Yenya bia 11 tons. Ni ebedi ene no bia 2-3 tons. Ana bia or fancy 6 tons crab. Nebe kana asay. Nti enuru opebre mra ba ye hide no na ye li bibiem. Nti ase e ko crabby food man so ba.
That is the problem. Enti
ba sa aban a MPP aban etwa mu ye so be solve sa de no with 2 things. One is so be see community district warehouses. 2 now why you planting one district one factory. No they are service a policy no.
Thank you. Enti start here and the reason why I'm very passionate about this is it's a nation now to me feed you one inflation no bafom.
Okay.
You must be brave because if you can feed yourself now, you don't need to import food. So it's a good initiative. The person may patch say, instead of throwing money at increasing productivity, increasing the output, because so one solve a problem here, who increase the output, dang. So Ghana need only 5 yams. You be 5 yams. You do we are. You better. And we can increase the output to 10 yams. Now you need only 5. So 5 no.
So thank
you. And make a try and person me pa abayne say me pomo chopa. The focus on the post-harvest loss infrastructure no. And no na see your energy na shim before we even think of increasing production. Because if you can store, if you can process, and we do 5 new year, 5 na kanu, we bet to me preserving year so that when the lean season now you can release it, or you process it to ABR yam powder, and now baby now I export it cry the foreign exchange. And every government has had good intentions, but they've not been able to do it perfectly.
Okay.
And there's an opportunity. And so I am extremely passionate about this because if we do this now, 2.4% of GDP, and $2 billion.
I see.
If we do this, our 1.5 billion cities now, they voted. No, if all of it can go in first year, let's put all of it to even the post-harvest loss infrastructure, storage, and then small processing plants at the farm gate to convert the excess into tomato. I say the tomato factory called baby tomatoes. Yeah, into tins. Tin tomatoes in your man. If we can do that very well now, your food problems no a be baffled. So it's a very good initiative.
So from there, what can now I see say the main reason here, you need to be invest in agri.
Yes, that's the
because we are.
Because rural areas also electricity now.
Okay.
So you need to use solar powered cold vans, cold plants. So those are the things that we incentivize the private sector, give them some incentives. Kwaku 50% from government, 50% from the private sector. Then they can go and set up those facilities there, so that tomatoes to go into a storage and processing.
And all the proposal and say anka this year about in focus on majority no on storage loss. And then processing.
Post-harvest loss infrastructure, storage, processing, road from the farm gates to the market.
Okay. Roads. So about invest
yes.
So about invest in a system no wa farmers na be piska ye food.
Because omni say oye food na half and say on boka.
Yeah. Okay.
What you say?
So that would be better than say piska come create no. Na kwe na kwa ye fu na dua na say so the man be sia wontimi ntua bank inti kroma bank bi am peso be makwa ni bosia
because a leaky bucket oh and say ECG loss is your 30% and then menu nyina na tias are losses the more you increase the
tariffs no
the no, the more you even add supply, the more your losses go up. Because 30% of 100 is 30. Would you quote 200 at 30% of way 60?
Yes.
What you say? And the more you increase your capacity, the more your losses increase.
Honorable Clement Wilkinson, former MC, Amasamai, or Simen Country or so chow. Pa adwumudana mo ye ne ya se odi aponi nyina men DC fo enti osi so mbetie di akebeboa na meka just na ni jiwa bodwo se ne ho pa Hello Clement, good morning to you. Enti so mbetie di ania wo kan because wo nia wo kan anti for food and job 1 or san ye 2 or attempted so be ye warehouses or all district on experience no partner nyana warrior so there say people so mu sua dia ankebeboa
Say yeah, they so your mind.
Enti
yeah, back can. Be boy your mind. Yeah, back.
All right. Enti abusia the enkomo no bebe but any from Efibria Yera Mahama take you over appointment of appointees near BC and all that what's your assessment so far? I think Endra was 100 days.
Yeah.
And your assessment so far?
I think it's early days.
I
think the problem in the Bible no can be say we should pray for our leaders. The leaders no muhiam pa because and especially in our part of the world no said your politics no be a kudru no. The challenge every leader in Ghana today has is it's a dichotomy between loyalty and competence.
Okay. Say we selection between a nipa loyalty publican is omo anywo competence no ye obi a oni wonim do betimi aye adwuma ene wonkrofo a omo asomo omo no otiyi.
That's the challenge for every leader. Internet is a bonfire more pa. Because every leader has to find a fine line, what you say, a fine mix of loyalty and competence. If you do too much of either, you'll be problems. And of course, kind history, it's always been loyalty versus competence. Loyalty, yeah. Unya ubia loyal and competence, that is heaven. But Dodua no ye either loyal or competent. So how do you find a mix? And that's why we need to pray for wisdom for all our leaders, so that in serving the nation, what you say? So I think that first 100 days no appointments have been made. It's too early to judge. But if you look at some of the decisions now, if they are not refined quickly, or if some things are not early, where it will end. But like I'm saying,
example.
Oh, like I said, if we don't, you see, I know said there is another clique of people mom pese bust ekra for Kraba Ghana. And they are very powerful clique. They are able to frustrate the system so that because bank behind my boss, for example, LC, to bring a cargo, the risk is too high. If they don't get a guarantee from the shareholder, if the shareholder say, "Oh man, no objection," it means that they are not comfortable dealing with bust. So then it could be a strategy to get bust out of that sector.
Now
the risk is that
BDC is not take over
whoever, whoever. But the risk is that so what the petroleum security,
private sector
and sema. Other entity now manage airport, airport or the full ship plane. One day that's already say government should approve 100% increment of the premium. Overnight, government had to pay. MPA had to approve it.
Because
when planes no, they won't fly.
Nobody goes out of the country. That is what happens.
When they won't fly. And we are Ghanaians. We cannot pray for Ghana to fail.
We are not praying for Ghana to fail.
Ghana to succeed.
But Bruno if you fear,
but the leaders have to implement. And in doing that, they should think about Colossians 3:23 and 24. But over to me, Colossians 3:23.
Now, Unia, office of the special prosecutor.
Colossians 3:23 and 24 more.
Okay. And you say, whatever you do, work at as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord. Inheritance from the Lord as a reward.
Yes.
It is the Lord Christ you are serving.